Hello everyone, this video presents the outcome of the program Pawai di Hatiku Nutrisi Tepat Hidup Sihat conducted at Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas, Felda Bukit Celaka. As part of the program, a comprehensive needs assessment was carried out involving 22 participants aged between 60 and 73 years. Data were collected using a structured questionnaire that included socio-demographic information, health screening, nutrition knowledge, and nutritional screening records. Additional assessments such as body composition analysis and hand grip strength measurements were also conducted to provide a more complete picture of the participants' health status. The findings revealed that 77.3% of the participants had at least one chronic disease, indicating a high prevalence of chronic health conditions among this group. The most commonly reported conditions were hypertension, followed by dyslipidemia and type 2 diabetes mellitus. These conditions highlight the importance of proper nutritional management and lifestyle modification among older adults. In terms of nutritional status, body mass index assessment showed that while most participants were within the normal range, there were still cases of underweight and overweight individuals. This indicates the presence of both undernutrition and overnutrition issues within the community. Further nutritional screening using the mini nutritional assessment short form showed that half of the participants had a normal nutritional status, while almost half were at risk of malnutrition and a small proportion were already malnourished. These findings emphasize the need for early detection and timely nutritional intervention to prevent further deterioration of health. Although most participants demonstrated good to very good nutritional knowledge, nutritional risks remain present. This suggests that having knowledge alone may not always lead to healthy dietary practices, and continuous guidance and support are still necessary. In addition, issues related to falls and low levels of physical activity were identified as important concerns. Falls can lead to injuries, reduced mobility, and loss of independence, while insufficient physical activity may further affect functional ability and quality of life among elderly. Therefore, the objective of this program was to identify the nutritional, health, and lifestyle needs of older adults attending Pawai Felda Bukit Celaka. The findings from this needs assessment were used to guide targeted screening, early intervention, nutrition education, and the development of integrated, community-based care strategies to support healthy aging and improve overall quality life.
Week 1 focused on health screening and exhibition. During this week, we conducted simple health screenings including height and weight measurements, hand grip strength for muscle assessment, BIA, and blood pressure measurement. We also organized exhibition related to diabetes, hypertension, and dyslipidemia, providing the elderly with an overview of common chronic diseases. Week 2 covered healthy eating. We set up mini exhibitions with interactive activities at each booth, highlighting topics such as Malaysian Healthy Plate, reducing salt, fat, sugar intake, and nutrition label reading. Week 3 focused on food safety. The goal was to share practical knowledge through mini booth stations on cross-contamination, identifying spoiled food using 5 senses, proper storage of leftover food, and brief food safety activities to assess understanding. We also conducted a cooking demonstration featuring kerabu tempe bunga kantan. Week 4 centered on fall prevention. On day 1, we did brisk walking around Pawai with the elderly and conducted balance screening and fall risk assessment. On day 2, the activities included light stretching exercise, a seated balloon game to improve muscle strength and reduce fall risk, knowledge sharing on fall risk awareness, and a Q&A session using Kahoot. Week 5 focused on active living for older adults. On day 1, we started with light stretching exercises followed by chair aerobics. We also held a session sharing tips on active living and conducted a self-reflection session with the elderly to see what they had learned throughout the program. On the final day, we held a closing ceremony and prize-giving session to appreciate the participation of the elderly alongside with Pawai manager and our supervisor.
Now let's move on to the monitoring and controlling of the program. Firstly, We monitored the participants' attendance, where it can be observed that the highest attendance was recorded in the first week with 21 elderly participants attend. However, the attendance had decreased to only 8 elderly in the second week due to the heavy rainfall. Even so, a significant increase in the attendance rate can be seen through the following third, fourth, and fifth week, where more elderly come to join our activity. Hence, the overall analysis noted that there was a significant improvement in terms of attendance rate, especially when there were activities that involve exercise. Moreover, it was also noted that there was repeated attendance among the elderly, which show a high level of interest in participating in the programs. Besides that, we also recorded the engagement level of the participants through participant star book, or we call as buku bintang. The numbers of stickers obtained in a day would reflect the participation level of the elderly in the activities conducted. Lastly, in terms of safety and risk control, we monitored the process of the activity to ensure there would be no accidents during the execution of the activity. For example, during the briskwalk activity, we ensure all participants were safe by looking after the passing vehicle. Moreover, we also made sure that the physical activities were modified according to the participants' capabilities and mobilities. For example, volleyball game was modified into a seated tanpa belon game to minimize the incidents during the game.
Next, we will look at the objective-based evaluation, which assess how well the program objective were achieved. This evaluation was conducted using pre- and post-tests, as well as quizzes and activities after each session. The post-questionnaire showed improvement in knowledge, attitude, and practice. The average pre-test score was 7.86, and this increased to 9.21 after the program. Before the program, 31.8% of participants had moderate knowledge, and 68.2% had very good knowledge. After the program, 100% of participants achieved a very good knowledge level. After each session, post-assessment were conducted to check understanding and application. Activities such as Kahoot quizzes show 90% correct answer. Other interactive activities, including drawing a healthy plate, were completed successfully. Overall, the program achieved its objective by improving participant knowledge, attitude, and practices.
Next, for impact evaluation. Therefore, that concludes our presentation. Thank you.